Hello everyone, I'm Vicki. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to try to make some belly bands with my punches. So get out your punches and work along. I made this prototype just to have one to go with. And I have this journal. Remember this little guy? So I want to just find a page just to see how it's going to fit. Okay, this one fits fine. So you can make them based on the size of your journal. Some journals are taller, so you might, make them longer or wider, or so this obviously wouldn't fit in here this way, but you could make one that would. So I'm going to make just some different ones. I only have these 4 punches, so I'll just do what I can. I mean, you may have other punches that will work just as well. So I already punched these 2 things, and I really did want a piece of cardstock, and of course I didn't get one. Let's see. I'm using cardstock because I don't want it too flimsy. I have to use that one, I guess. I probably had one that had less going on, but that's okay, because I wanted neutrals with this. So let me just punch another one for that. I mean, it's not that hard, just punch. And I think this size was good, so I'll just use that as a guide for size-wise. So you can spread them out, you can go closer, however you want to do it. Let's see, let me do another one. We'll just see. Just make a few. Have them on hand. This really isn't cardstock, but it's probably like a 28 or 32 pound. You just want it enough so that you can get your stuff in and out of there. This would be good for that size. And they don't have to fit exactly from page end to page end. They could be in, just so you can get something in there. So I'm going to go with that one. Don't want to waste too much time thinking about it. I want to get moving. Then you can decorate them, of course. That remains to be seen as to what I would even do. Okay. And I have flower punch, circle, and square. So I have this to glue on. I just don't want it to be glaring. Can't tell, I can't see it, because where I have my camera mounted, the thing is right in the middle. Let's see. It might be fine. I have to hope for the best. So I'm going to just overlap. And I'm using my lines as a guide to make sure I get them straight. Like for this one, I put corner to corner to make sure they weren't out of whack. But, you can do them out of whack. Would be fine. I'm just going ahead and use this glue. And put just a little on the end. Doesn't need much. There we go. It's not rocket science. And then, of course, you'll just have to fit it into the journal, whichever journal they'll fit in if you're making ephemera ahead of time, which people do. So that one's a bit longer than this one, which I do have a journal that it will definitely fit in. So I'm going to just set these over here to dry. And I cut these, and I thought maybe I would I mean, you can even maybe put a circle in between. I'm not, but you could. I'm just going to take and cut this. I like to see what I'm doing here. Of course, I'm going to try to do it anyway. Well, let's go this way, because it's coming down. I'll just do the 3. And I went ahead and rounded the corners because you don't have them sticking, and I don't know, I just feel like a rounded edge is better than a pointed edge. You don't need pointy. Now this one would be easier to decorate. This one's so, you know, florally. I'm probably not going to decorate because I don't know what journal it's going in. So you can just make them and you have them all ready to go when you're doing a journal. Then you can decorate them based on what you're doing. I mean, one day I intend to do a bee journal. I have a cute bee digital kit that I bought and a few freebies that this color and sunflowers. So I could do either type of a journal. So you could do these like this, or let's see, you could do that, or we could just go ahead and go like this, which I think I will. And then in the end, when I'm putting it in a journal, I can always add to the ends if I needed to. But I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way on this one. And just, you can overlap as much as you like, depending on your size of what you're doing. And it looks pretty good. That's okay. I'm not really concerned about it. I mean, it won't go that way, but got that. Set it to dry. And I wanted to do some flowers. I thought, well, let me try this. This is some paint. This is the bright or the plain, and this is where I kind of grunged it a little bit. So let me take some from this side. I mean, that's cute. You don't have to alternate. You can do all the same. Let's see. Let me do another one. One more. I think that'd be good. Now to ink. Let me see. I might try using this little dauber on these little curves. I know this is going to be a lot of inking. Let's get that out of the way before I start dipping in there. Okay, well. So my younger granddaughter, the youngest, is on the track team. They just had their districts. Now they're going to state, I guess. That'll be this Saturday coming up. She's in 8th grade. She goes to a Christian school, so it's you know, K through 12. So when you're in a private school, middle school can compete on varsity. You just can't compete a varsity, you know, high schooler on a middle school team, but you can go up. So middle school was over and it was just varsity, so she's doing well. She just started doing the hurdles. Scary to me, but I don't like hurdles. I would never jump over them. I think if I had to do them in high school, I probably stepped over them if they made us do them. Sometimes they made you. This doesn't look very flowery. Let me spread them out a little more to get the full flower effect. Just to see where I'm going to glue. Where's my guide? Okay, this would probably work for just doing that the way it is. So I'm just going to do the tip. I'm going to kind of, well, let me start it there. Whoops. Okay. Well, that wasn't good now, was it? I'm just trying to make sure I maximize. Okay. Next. We'll do that. Then this one. And this one. Okay, just as long as it's kind of straight. And you may not want to do them straight. You may want to, you know, make them wonky or something for some reason. Whatever works. I'm going to have to close this up because it kind of felt weird. Okay, now I've got this. I was actually going to do something out of this. I think I'll do circles. Do some circles here. This is pretty. Trying to use up that scrapbook paper. This is one way to do it. Unfortunately, I wish I could take this off, but I'm not sure how. Don't want to get involved in something during a video. And I was thinking of a blue. Thought I had something else. I do, down here. Voila. Let me try this for the blue. Now let's see how we want to put those together. Obviously can't do that. I'll just get another one. Okay, let's see how large. That would be fine. As long as I glue it well at the right point. Okay, let's start with this one. I didn't ink it. I think I won't. Let's leave it uninked. Because this will be going. Let me just do this really quick. And then I can manipulate what I need to manipulate for the size. If I want to make them a little bit tighter, just a little. Okay. I mean, in the end, If you needed to just nip off the bottom to fit, you could do that. It would be fine. Totally fine. Now, I want to do smaller circles. I'm going to do this size. Let's empty that. If I can open it. Okay. Let's do the green. These are actually, I wanted to go smaller, like this size. Okay, let's see where we're at. This way. I can try to do one to go across the page. This way. Let's see. All I need is a piece of paper. A piece of paper. Fold it in half, and it would be this way. So, this would be good. That's what we're going to do. Except, I would like to ink them. Let me start at the bottom. Work my way up. And this way, it's kind of like a caterpillar. If you work with kids, that's what you would be thinking. I don't work with kids, but my last kids I worked with were my grandkids. I don't remember, I didn't do crafty things with my kids. I don't know. I didn't have all this stuff. I did a lot of crafty things with the grandkids. Well, I think it started when I started taking them to the library for story time, and they gave you a craft to come home with. And then, well, I was doing scrapbooking, so I had things. And they liked to come in here. It was just when they came in without me, when they came in, when we were having a get-together. You don't see them, and all of a sudden they come out with their uncle with glitter all over him and stuff like that. You know, it's like, oh. I had to make rules. Stay out of the glitter. Especially when they got into my embossing powder. I had to explain, this is not glitter. They would just come in and they'd leave things open and go. I mean, you know, they're kids. Can't be too hard on them. Just explain to them the wrongness that they did so that they don't do it again. Now that looks tiny. I mean, come on. Well, it'll work. I could do one more. Get the right punch. One more. Just to make it a little bit longer. That just, I'm gonna put it at this end. Right? No, it goes on top. Well, it's going at this end now. There. Okay. There we go. Now what can I do? I did the flowers. I didn't do squares yet. Right? when I did those ones. I just didn't cut any here. What else did I have? Let me do these in squares. I mean, this is a quick way to use up stuff, to get some interesting belly bands. You know, I'm always looking for something interesting and unusual. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. I haven't used punches in a long time. This is the thing, we have all these tools and we don't use them. We just forget. And we're looking for something interesting to do. And it's over there in a drawer. Okay, let me see what I can do with these after some inking. Okay, if I'm doing it like this, I'll go ahead and not round the corners since I'm going to go that way. I just need some things for that one journal that's got the tall pages in it. I may have to cut a couple more of these. So we'll go there. Let's look at what we got. We'll put this one next. Make sure we glue it correctly. And then this one goes under. Let's see. Let's go this way. Just kind of look at your colors to make sure they're how you want them to be. And then this one, because I want the leaves going upright. You know, if it's directional, pay attention. If not, it doesn't matter. This can go under here. And I'm probably going to need more. I mean, this is the journal. And these are the pages, so let's do one more. One more will be fine. I don't know where to put that. Okay. We'll go here and get this pink. Oh, shoot. Wrong punch. Well, fortunately, there's another pink flower right here. Okay, now I have a round one for something. I mean, we know that's... Yes, people might think, well, that's a mistake. No, it's not. That'll be used for something. I'm going to put that right there. And stick this pin in here. I always make sure you use a stainless steel pin, because I have forgotten and put a regular pin in there and it came out rusty. So if this is too long, I can cut off the ends, you see. Okay, that was that one. There really isn't a whole lot of decorating you can do. If I had a more plain one, maybe we can decorate one. What have I got? Well, there's that. I don't want to do the squares again. I don't want to do flowers. Let's do this size circle. I don't know, this is getting to the point where I've got to punch it hard, or it doesn't give a good clean punch. And I don't think I well, I could do something like that, couldn't I? Can do anything I want. You know the rules. There are no rules. But I think I might want, come on out of there. Might want 4. Well, I don't know. That's pretty good. It'll go in a normal journal or a regularish size. So let's glue these together and let me think about what I want to do. Okay, this goes on top because that's what I say. That's what I wanted on top. Okay, now let's look at spacing. Looks pretty good, I guess. Now, as I'm sitting here thinking, how do you decorate that? It's a very good question. So I was thinking was a piece of lace. Let's see. Let's just bring the drawer over so we can all look at it. And while I decide what would look cute on there, I was thinking a piece of white lace. Some of this lace is so old, like this one. I bought this back in the 80s. Back when I was a stay-at-home mom doing crafts while the kids were in school. Started my crafting. Well, here's some grosgrain ribbon. But that's not really fancy enough. Ooh, look at this. What is this? And why is it in pieces? I don't know where I got this. I don't know. I don't remember. Let's see. That doesn't really show up that well. Here's some pink, but that's not the right shade. If only I had that in white. Got this. We can put down the middle. Something like that. Well, if you look too much, you're gonna not know what you want. I could see something that was just not quite, I don't think that's the right color. I don't know. That's just too much. Too much. Well, gee, I don't really see flat white. This got, you know, the ends on it. So let's pick these pieces up. See, these are the things, you just gotta remember you have these drawers of stuff over there. Although I did like the grosgrain. But let's see, this might work. I think this is newer. Don't remember where I bought it, but let's get my sharper scissors. Here, I'm just gonna cut it off and then deal with the overage after I glue this on. Then we might add, if we need to add something, or I might wait. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. How many times have I added acetone to this? And it just thickens back up. Probably because it's warm in here. Maybe I need to store it in another room. Oh, that was the one I didn't need. The miscut. Okay. I'm just gonna, see, this is where you can take bulb pins and pin things to this. And that's what I will do eventually. Not right now, but I will. It's getting down there. Slowly but surely. Well, I have this. I did use it once before, but I don't know if it's the same as this. I don't think it had the smell. No, it doesn't smell chemically, but it might work. Well, I've already got this going, so it's getting down there. Come on, baby. This will be our last thing. Okay. Is there right or wrong? Well, that's something I can determine while I'm thinking this is right side up. Not gonna matter, who's gonna know? It's coming. And I've just got to go quickly. As quickly as I can. I'm getting there. I mean, you know, I could put a little more acetone in here. And I'm probably going to have to. But I'm trying to use it. I've used it several times now when I've been in here. Now let's just put this on there. Stretch it. Things do stretch when they get the glue on them. And I do think we're still going to be able, before it starts erupting out of there, to pin things. Oh, let me grab a bolt pin really quick. Let's see, we could take and find an opening and pin things, dangles and stuff. Something I'll have to work on. Maybe, well, I could go in pink or neutral. Okay, so let's just take this off. And we have that. I mean, that's the beginnings of how to decorate them. There's probably multiple ways you could, you know, put numbers. What have I got? You could do a flower on there. I've got little numbers, they're just not cut out. You could put labels, little things. There's all kinds of ways you could decorate them. I'm just probably going to wait until I go to put it in a journal. And a square one here. So, different ways to make your belly bands. And we did show one in here on a blank page. You could just stick one right in there and then put your thing in there. Very nice, very different, the unusual. I hope you found some information in this and some inspiration, and go to work. And so long for now, and just have a nice day. Thanks for watching.